Lawless, cruel, and reckless. That's how Senator Peter Welch describes the first 100 days of President Trump's second term. For this episode of 802 News Podcast, he sits down with host Mark Johnson to express his frustration. Let's take a listen.
This is a situation where there is not an answer. And this is what I hear in the voice of so many people who call up. Why doesn't Peter do something? Well, that is an expression of the horror people have about what Trump is doing. And they're so horrified by it. They think that all it takes, or maybe all it should take, is to point out how it's illegal to impound money or to blow up USAID. But this is the painful reality. Trump's got a lot of support.
And Mark joins us now, and it sounds like the senator and other Senate Democrats are in a little bit of a political bind.
So, he's very frustrated. He says the most difficult job in his office these days are the people that are answering the phones who are demanding that he take immediate action. And that's just not how the United States Senate operates. In
the wake of the migrant farm worker detentions in Franklin County, does he fear that for the future of the Vermont's major industries like dairy if this continues?
Well, not only the farm deportations, but the number one thing he raised was this whole issue of people being deported, whether they're political protesters. This disappearing of people is something that's really new. So his strategy really is to sort of raise and elevate these issues so that people outside of the farming community understand that this is an issue and try to get as many different constituencies all on the same page. But it's a real challenge.
And along that same vein, we here have been extensively following the cases of the two detained international students, both with different ties to Vermont. Welch met with Madawi behind bars before his release. Right. What does he make of the claims from the federal government that these students who have expressed frustrations with the war in Gaza are threats to U.S. foreign policy?
He thinks that those claims are absolute hogwash. He, as you mentioned, met with Moshe Madawi and really felt that by doing that, he, again, what I was talking about before, can elevate the consciousness of these issues. But he feels that's a right that we all have to engage in political protest, and that it's completely outrageous what they've done with him and several others.
And ultimately, what is Senator Welch's message to people who are frustrated and perhaps scared about the Trump administration?
He said the number one issue for Vermonters, and he said himself, is that he wakes up every morning and says, you just got to hang in there. And there are going to be people that hear that say, well, that's not good enough. But that's his goal, is to just try to get up every day and push back as much as he can. And that's the message he has for all of us.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. And you can listen to the newest episode of the 802 News Podcast on our website or wherever you get your podcasts. Mark, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.